All right. So, talking to myself for a second there because microphone is muted. But yeah, I haven't streamed in a hot minute and decided to be back. Microphone is muted. Uh, Sounds good. But yeah, I'm excited to be back. Today I'm gonna be playing some Death and Taxes, and then if I have time. Then I'll be playing some Pioneer. I've been enjoying the Five Color Humans Pioneer list. It's been really the Max McVitie list. It's been really doing pretty good for me. I think my last two leagues were both 4-1s, maybe a 4-1-3-2. I can't remember, but the deck feels very strong, and I've been really enjoying it. It feels unique. It feels similar to modern Five Color Humans. Let's pull up a list of our. Before I get into that, yeah, it was a 3 But yeah, I'll pull up a list, Death and Taxes list, which is basically a copy from another user, Metcalf 23. I changed a couple of things, but I didn't change anything from the main because I thought the main looked pretty strong. Not sure how I feel about Thraben Inspector, in all honesty. The card has always been kind of medium in Death and Taxes lists, but obviously with Yorion, it's very it can card draw, obviously, and it blocks Ragavan. I mean, that's very important too. But you know, it's also an ephemerate target. Nobody really wants to remove Thraben Inspector. If your opponent wastes a bolt on Thraben Inspector, it did its job. And yeah, there's some other cards that I included or whatever. I decided to include the Sanctifiers sideboard over 3 Rest in Peace. I just think Sanctifier is a very good card right now. I think it's good in Murktide. I think it's good against red-black variants. I think it's good against Burn. In addition to being good against like Living In and stuff like that. It's not as good against Living In than Rest in Peace. Obviously, you kind of prefer like Rest in Peace in that regard. So that's, I think, the concession that people make. But yeah, I mean, Living In has never been a good matchup for Death and Taxes in Modern. It's been pretty horrific, and you're basically banking on like I don't know. It feels like a terrible matchup. Like it's almost more than a 60-40 in their favor. Like, but you have to have Rest in Peace, and they can't have an answer for it, basically. Is what I'm. There's Thalia. You can curve out on them, and your best bet, honestly, is probably to like Leonin Arbiter them or something. But yeah, it's a pretty abysmal matchup. Archon of Emeria is really good though. That matchup, I would say. But yeah, let me let's see. Let me. I can't remember the. There's a. Yeah, to know I'd show up this one. Oh yeah, definitely. Welcome. How's the music sound? Is it a little too low? It feels like it's a little too low. I might crank it up just a little bit. But I appreciate it. Appreciate you swinging by. I haven't streamed in like a few weeks. It's been weird, honestly. I've been looking for a new job. And I went to SCG Con Indianapolis. Like I've just been I don't know. I've been all over the place. I feel like, and streaming has been sort of like the on the back burner for me. But I miss it, and I feel bad when I don't stream. All right, cool. The D&T is always good. It's only gotten like better and better over time. I used to play D&T when it was like fucking terrible Modern. Back when like nobody respected it. Catch people off guard. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, this hand is a land and Aether Vial. So I'm gonna keep it. Amaria's Call is an interesting. Yeah, no worries. I don't listen to my music any like that loud anyway. Yeah, we all went. We didn't do great in the main event or anything like that, but it was fun. We made the joke that like we're like, oh, we're last our record. We're like we're 1-3, but we're still friends. You know, we decided to play it out after that. Like 2 rounds and then lost and went 4. And yeah, I played in the 5K the next day, and I was starting off pretty hot, but I actually started off with a draw. I kind of played against Control twice and did okay, and then I don't know. Eventually picked up a 3rd loss to put me out of it, but it was fun. Really enjoyed it. It was nice to play Paper Magic again. Let's just put it that way. Not being able to play Paper is sad. Ragavan. I have an answer to Ragavan. This is why Thraben Inspector is actually kind of decent right now. We opt to play the... I think we play the second Aether Vial here over the Giver. If it really comes down to it, I can Solitude. I could have Solitude Ephemerate, but I'd rather not do that yet. I don't think they're gonna want to like bolt or whatever this. They might Fatal Push this Raven Inspector. I don't know. That's fun. So they'll connect, but like whatever, you know. I'm not gonna waste a Solitude here, especially when I have Solitude, right? It could cast Thalia, I suppose. I think sometimes people lean too hard into like connecting with Ragavan, like they kind of like overextend to it. Not saying that that's what my opponent did or anything. Okay. But I think they're gonna like reach pretty hard to like kill Thalia. They're gonna tap 2 lands. Sure. Yeah. What we could do is Solitude Ephemerate. Or we could just Solitude. Or I could just give her block. I think I Solitude Ephemerate. I don't like that line. I could have, I guess, Ephemerate. Yeah, I could have Ephemerated. Yeah, you're right. That was stupid. That was dumb. I didn't have to do it like that. Yikes. What a bad play. Definitely a mistake on my part. So they're playing like Greece and stuff, I suppose. Let me doesn't really. No. Yes. Yeah, that was a pretty bad move on my end. I play around another Ragavan. I feel like they would have just played a Ragavan with the treasure token, maybe. Sure. Probably not, though, I guess, with the way that I sort of managed. I still think I'm in a pretty decent spot. Agree. Oh, it's... I think I'm gonna end up ticking my Aether Vials up to 5, or one of them up to 5. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go for... How many 3-drops do I have? No one puts Ephemera in their deck. Dahlias, yeah. I honestly, with as much as I've played Death and Taxes, that was honestly a pretty pitiful deck. Come on. Okay, so I have more 3-drops currently than 2-drops, so it's correct to go up to 3. Okay, create a treasure token. Discard 2 cards. I'm gonna... That. Just gonna pass. I haven't seen this version of... They're playing Blood. Blood Moon definitely not good. Face of like 2 Aether Vials. Oh my Thalia. Sure. We take Yorion or Solitude here, probably. Didn't realize it wasn't showing their buzz. Solitude. I think you honestly are supposed to take Yorion there, but that's... They probably have a red source, right? Is it worth cracking this one of these Field of Ruins? They probably play another... They might not play a mountain. No, they do. Well, they are a Blood Moon deck, so I thought maybe they don't, but... I assume they play a fair amount of basics if they're a Blood Moon deck. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best. So there's a way they go infinite with these, right? That's what they're trying to do. Let's go infinite. It's like the new like Splinter Twin. Really help me right now. Yeah, that Thalia line I think probably cost me. But they're playing basics. It's this way we get to see how many they're playing. Right? Yeah, I saw a Pioneer deck that was playing this card. Like going infinite with I can't remember exactly how they were doing it. Grief, take my Cauldron. Go up to 2 here. That's fine. I think I'm just gonna exile their shaman token. Still probably pretty dead, but at least they're pretty limited on mana here. Fortunately, they are gonna hit me for 6. Or if they wanted to be aggressive anyway, or what they could do is simply pass and then, I mean, swing with Leaf and then pass and then draw step through this again. We'll see. Like I said, I'm pretty confident that I'm not gonna be alive for much longer here. Yeah, the Ephemerate Thalia line was definitely open there. We missed that. Copy that and okay. Feast and Famine definitely. Path can probably come. Burnt and Forge Tender seems okay. Sanctifier seems very good. It's the Ragavan deck, so I like keeping in the Raven Inspectors. I think that like the Solitude still, like Archon is kind of like medium against them, I believe. The Flyer, that's nice, but they're also playing like Malakir Rebirth, so like maybe there's some argument for like Rest in Peace. Like Like, Archon does stop that combo. Lion Sash is sort of like a combo here. Like Path. They're a Bolt deck. I feel like Burrington Forge Tender has to come in. So maybe we bring in Burrington over like Raven Inspectors. Yeah, honestly, like Lion Sash and Archon can probably go. We bring in Path. What are we taking out here? I like Skyclave because it's an answer to that enchantment. It also answers the tokens that they make. Dahlia is obviously pretty good. Yeah, I think it's honestly just Raven Inspector. Could see taking out some number of Flicker Wisp too, but roll with this. Yep. Paths may be a little unnecessary. It didn't seem like they were like super duper creature heavy, but like the creatures that they do have seem like very relevant. Eye out for targets here. Yep, 7. And this deck can just, you know, play a turn 1 Grief, let the trigger resolve, Malakir Rebirth it, you know. So I can't really Solitude it in response. Looking like that might be what it is. They exiled its Turok, which is... like that's what... They probably have to take Stoneforge Mystic with this line. Because if they let me untap, play Stone, they're pretty... Might as well swing for 1 here. Fucking with that. Don't necessarily think that I need to Path of Exile or Path to Exile this. That's more. We do ramp them, unfortunately. Off the bat. Sort of Fire Knight. Hope that they don't a K command. Pretty. they don't have an answer to Sword, Fire, and Ice, then that's very, very good for us. Let's see. Pretty sure Sword of Fire and Ice, say, like, very difficult for their deck to answer. Another path. Brianna might. Now that we have the double path, I think likely to path the green on the next turn or so. Have any relevant plays? Great. Drew another one of them. Are both of my paths. I had a feeling that they would. I mean, they had removal in their hand, but them drawing a Torok that turn was definitely pretty good. Rough. They drew Ragavan that turn. Yeah, they're drawing pretty hot. Fortunately. Riverine. Yeah, it was pretty rough. I definitely shot myself in the foot game 1, but game 2, like, they had the Nutter Butters. Like, the turn 1 brief into else, the turn that they drew Torok, because they exiled 1, but they drew the other one. Yeah, they drew the Ragavan follow-up. Exile a. Oh well. Ephemerate action. Storm, that'd be great. Okay, just run this quarter here. I think it's Storm. I don't know any other blue-red decks that really like Shivan Reef. If it's Storm, then that's just fucking grand. I'm pretty sure it's Storm, which is fucking hilarious. Those were our draws. Fires, rest in peace. Prelate can probably come. Solitude I like. Ephemerate, Lion Sash is probably at a pretty poor here. Archon of Vermeria obviously stays in. I think Skyclave, kind of where I sort of would draw the line. Batterskull can probably come out. Yeah, let's get this fires in there. Relate on 2 is like pretty good. Stops all of the ritual, Morphos, Grape Shot. Rest in peace. Probably. So I like Skyclave because it exiles Baral or the Goblin, but Flicker Wisp, I'm not really so sure I necessarily need. I also don't know if I need a full playset of whatever. Flicker Wisp in favor of Sanctum Prelate. Then they don't really fetch, especially because we saw Shivan Reef, which I'm pretty sure is indicative of them not having them not playing like Fetchless Storm or whatever. Forge Tender can be good because I think they bring in like removal post board. I don't know. I know they have some bounce spells, but I just don't think Flicker Wisp is really where I got. Even Mind Sensor is nice for Gifts Ungiven. A decent gotcha. I don't know if they play some of the enchantments. I don't think they play Pyromancer Ascendancy. I don't think they play forget what the 3-drop one is, but it just answers general threats, I guess. Yeah. Keep it. Heck of it. Okay. Maybe I misjudged what they were. We're gonna take a hit from Ragavan. They just Phoenix did, I'm not Phoenix, call it. Yeah, they are Storm. They just boarded into that. Opt or response. Ragavan's pretty cute though. I didn't expect to see Ragavan out of Storm. Come on. Well, they're back to paying like at cost. They might be able to go off here. All right, there goes Thalia. Oh boy. Giving me a trade on Goblin Electromancer? They put Lightning Bolt, Grape Shot in there. Earlier they put, I should have read this honestly so I have more information. It didn't change my lines at all though. Gotta say, I didn't see Ragavan. I don't necessarily think Ragavan's good against me, like as a board-in plan, but I suppose I didn't see it coming. I mean, I play a bunch of 1-drops, play bunch of 2-drops, creatures, pretty much all creatures in my deck. I don't think Ragavan X very often, but much we could do to play around it. Sure. Pretty pathetic inference, but it'll probably end up getting. Okay. Oh, well, I was gonna lose that. Knowing what I know, is there anything that would change my line? I mean, Burrington Forge Tender, I think, is worth playing, seeing as how they brought in lightning bolts and stuff like that. I still think Sanctum Prelate is good. Still think Archon is good. I think I probably just cut a couple of Thraben Inspectors. Run it back like that. Because Burrington Forge Tender save a key creature. And it can also just block forever. Yeah, I'll keep it. Go turn 1 Aether Vial. Let's see if they bolt Raven Inspector just to get a hit in with. What's up, Josh? How's it going, man? All right, 3-1. That's why did I not say game 2? I was like, I don't think Ragavan is very good against me. I don't think you poured into that plan. I'm sure it's like kind of like automatic as like a gotcha, like, oh hey, look, I brought in Ragavan and I'm Storm, but like I just against the deck that plays like 40 fucking creatures, I just really don't think it's a play. But I don't know. I guess I can run away with the game. It is Ragavan after all. Yeah, I can keep this. 3 lands. Furious Call is sweet. On the draw, which is unfortunate. Oh boy, it's Urza. On the draw against Urza. Well, they're gonna get to find their Tron piece. Oh, that looking more like Eldrazi. They got a sack in response here. Yep. Probably get a temple. They might get another Tron piece. But I would assume if they're Eldrazi, they get a temple. Maybe they thought not Seer meme. I'm pretty sure I have a very good matchup against deck. I've spent a lot of years just bullying this archetype with Hate Bears, but they can get there. I mean, they are just playing a bigger mid-range deck. The problem is, like, we just have so much interaction against, and Giver of Runes just made the matchup like even better. And then on top of that, oh, that's a good draw. On top of that, we got What am I thinking of? They don't play a lot of removal, is what I was getting at. Sorry. What up, Kyle? How's it going? Yeah, I'm good, man. You're doing well. Yeah, so they pay the tax and they go and search. They get an artifact. They got an expedition map. That seemed hardly worth it. Oh boy. I would have attacked with a Thought-Knot Seer first, frankly. I can attack with Leonin Arbiter and pitch Iganjo and see if they bite it. I don't hate that line. For one, Walking Ballista for one. Or is it Chalice for one? Might be Chalice for one. Okay. I could Flicker Wisp the Walking Ballista. In response, they would shoot it. I could also just Flicker Wisp Urza Saga. Prolong their saga. If I do that, then they're probably just letting it happen, and then they're gonna shoot my Flicker Wisp down. And I probably have to play Iganjo if that's the case, which isn't really relevant anymore. I'm not too worried about that Thought-Knot Seer anymore with what I have in my hand. I can play Aether Vial out. I'm just gonna kill Walking Ballista here. Do I want to play Iganjo and Aether Vial? They don't really have too many artifacts to go get off of it. They're just grabbing expedition maps. They were honestly better off just making a construct token. Even though I can kill it with this. Yeah, this feels like you should have just made a construct. Like, getting a third expedition map really the play there? I don't think so. Might as well swing with Thought-Knot Seer. Do Flicker Wisp tricks. We can keep them off of Tron. I can try to pitch the... I can swing with the Leonin Arbiter, see if they block. Pitch Ganjo. I don't really see how they beat me, honestly. Just gonna swing for 5 in the air. I'm gonna do some stuff. This is how you keep them off of Tron. Basically, Flicker Wisp your Flicker Wisp, and then when it ETBs on your end step, you take their mine, or whatever piece, and then we won't have it for the rest of the turn. They're also taxed even more. They will get it back. Okay. So we're playing against Eldrazi Tron. They do play like Dismember and stuff like that. I think that we just bring in Aven Mind Sensor and Path. Probably take out Sword of Fire and Ice. I really like... I think Archon is good. I really like Skyclave. I think like Lion Sash is okay. It can grow throughout the match and just become too big for them to attack into. I think cutting Thraben Inspector is fine. That's usually my go-to anyway, especially because it's not a Ragavan deck. Some consideration to bring in sort of Feast and Famine. It does protect from Dismember. Their removal package is typically like some number of Dismember, Warping Whale, and whatever the other card is that they can counter a sorcery and exile a creature with power or toughness. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think that might be warping. Spatial Contortion is the other one I was -3 or +3. They board into that card. Yeah, this is a good one. Honestly, Thalia isn't that great in this matchup. I probably could have cut Thalia. He's not amazing in this matchup. Although I don't know which one's better, Thalia or Thraben Inspector. I feel like they're both equally not amazing, but Thraben Inspector is better for like the grind. Alright, looks like Natty Tron over there. I think we just... So I usually like to slow roll my Destructo lands so that way they don't like play around them. So I'm going to slow roll my Field of Ruin here. I'm just going to play Thalia. And I'm going to pass. I think we're going to get Natural Tron. Not really anything I can do about that. But, yeah. Next turn, though, I can destroy a Tron. I'll just destroy the tower. Rip me. And I don't really see a need to attack. Yikes, they had to back up. The Karn. It's gonna be really sad if they Karn me. Okay, good. Now I'm punished for slow rolling that tech edge. So basically what I'm gonna do is Skyclave their expedition map, make them crack it, and then tech edge whatever land they don't have. My plan. You got a backup tower. Feels pretty good. So we get the Ghost Quarter, there is a Saga. Landing. And they get an X. That is pretty decent. Now I have to make a decision. I guess I'm not really too worried about Urza Saga, given the fact that I have a Flicker Wisp and a Skyclave Apparition and an Ephemerate. I can literally just take away their tokens like piece after piece. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is just hit Power Plant here. Make sure that they can't Symboltron. Like the only way that they're gonna win. Where they get a basic swamp. Sure. Yeah, this feels like a pretty good matchup. Yeah, I don't really ever feel like there's a point in which they really stand a chance unless they open up with like a pretty blistering fast start. Keep this on 3. I flick going. There's an Aetherfire. Don't really need it though. Dead draw. There's a Saga token as a 1/1. Don't actually know how many basics they play, but I do know they have a backup tower in their hand. So I'm gonna go ahead and Ghost Core them. Again, I don't care about the Urza Saga. But when they activate, I am going to activate Aether Violet in response. That way they don't Pithing Needle me. That away. Still trying to assemble Tron over there. At this point, they might just go and get another Urza Saga power plant. Don't they have? I've lost track of what I have a name. We need to ephemerate here. Not really. It might Tron me. I mean, I don't know. Like I could technically ephemerate on my end step, targeting Flicker Wisp, and hit their power plant so they don't have it. I don't hate that. Turn it in. Obviously, activate. Figured they'd do that. Yeah, we're just bullying them. I want to get in. I guess. The 6, 7. Technically, we have lethal, right? 6, 7. Alright, we 4-1'd. Deck is always good. Loss was to red-black. We beat Eldrazi Tron twice. Beat Storm, and I can't remember what the other deck was off the top of my head. I think it was oh, never mind. I'm getting my leagues confused now. I was gonna say 5-color Niv, but that was Pioneer. Speaking of Pioneer, do want to play some Pioneer. What time is it? It is 8:20. Yeah, we got time. We got time for some Pioneer. Yeah, 4-1'd that league. Suppose we can open some chests. Why not? Yeah, the deck is very good. Rewards someone who has played it a lot for sure, and that would be your boy, because I played a shit ton of Death and Taxes. Let's see. Make the past. Aria of the Flame. Some of these cards. Reveal the top X cards of your library. Put all creature cards revealed in your hand, and the other Guilty Path. Elves action going on here. Hear it. Get a 3/3 beast token if opponent controls more creatures than buy back. Interesting. That's a new one. This is in yeah, I've drafted this card before. This card's pretty good and limited. I actually drafted this day 2 of a GP in which I was live for a top 8, or I'm pretty sure it was a GP. It was a limited GP. It was like my first limited GP. I played sealed day 1. I day 2'd at X and 2, and then I like drafted pretty crazy blue-red pirates deck, and this was like in it, and it was like literally the craziest deck I feel like I've ever drafted in that set. And I was like, oh my god, like I'm gonna top 8 with this. Like I was pretty confident that I could, or at least I thought maybe I could top 8 on breakers, because I think I was X and 3, and I was like, I'm gonna 3-0 with this deck or whatever, and I ended up going 0-3 with it. Which was crazy because like all my friends, like after I drafted my deck, I like showed some of my friends like how I built it and drafted it, and they were like, dude, this deck's insane. And I was like, I know. I was like, it's crazy. Like it's like blue-red pirates and stuff, or blue-red tempo was like wide open. And I proceeded to 0-3. I was like, I can't believe this deck. It seemed like my opponents would put like, it was so fragile. Like it seems so good on paper, but then like what would happen is my opponents would put like a 2/4 vanilla 2/4 in front of me, and I would just lose. What the fuck? Oh, what? Oh, this is the wrong bot. That's why. But I saw that. Like, why are they grabbing basic lands? Like, what the fuck? Didn't have these for so damn long. All right, so now we're gonna play some Pioneer. Need to change my stream name. Pioneer, 5-color. Yeah, the 5-color human stack has been pretty sweet, actually. I've been really enjoying it. Not my list, it is Max McVitie's list, but I've been basically just using this sideboard guide, and it's basically the same 75. And it's just fun. It's fun to play a 5-color humans list and fucking. Did they not accept the trade? Oh, they did. Yay, Moto. Doing Moto things. Up. list. Last league I got stomped by Mono Blue Spirits. That one felt pretty bad, but other than that, the deck feels solid. It's clearly not doing like the strongest thing like you could possibly be doing in Pioneer. Like you could just be playing Twiddle Storm. Probably just better. All right, let's get our cards. This freezing up again. This is amazing. Yeah, the new tribal land being printed definitely made this deck possible. I would have loved to have piloted this deck in GP or in SCG Con Indianapolis. I think it would have been really fun, especially because I don't really think it was on people's radar at that point in time. I think it surprised a lot of people. It has some really explosive starts. You can do some pretty crazy shit. And the cool thing is it's a human stack, you know, meaning like it's very toolboxy, kind of adjusted to be resilient against you know, a certain metagame. But I don't feel like I'm in like too much of a position to change the deck around or anything. Pretty happy with the 75 as it is, unless I see a new 75 that is cooler. I'm comfortable with what it is, and I've gotten close to 5-0ing it. I just frankly enjoy. Winota seems like a pretty bad matchup. Few other cards I'm not so sure, like Luminarch Aspirin is a card that people play that seems pretty good. There's some sideboard cards that people running that are interesting. Settle the Wreckage, obviously good against Winota. Yeah, a lot of people seem to include Luminarch Aspirant in their... I'm not sure if it's good or not. Archangel Avacyn is a spicy one. Yeah, I don't know. God, the Pioneer queue compared to like Modern is just like abysmal. So much slower. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm looking to get back into like a regular streaming routine. I know I've been kind of like hit or miss lately. I've been definitely feeling the effects of work and applying for different jobs, coupled with like, you know, traveling, playing a lot of Magic again. Um, just, you know, trying to balance it all, make sense of it all. And it's been a grind for sure. We certainly keep, and looks pretty good. You man. Experiment 1. They go. Now if we can just get another land in the next 2 turns. If we could just go runner land, we'll be good. Like that was like fantastic. Play the Thalia here. I think we probably do. Not only does it trigger evolve twice, if our opponent is playing like blue-white control, then Thalia is... It does tax our collected company, but I have to assume that Thalia is going to get capacity. Thalia. That's unfortunate, but it's okay. It'd been nice to hit the other land there, play Adelaine, get another human on the battlefield, but I'll take it. Doesn't play around Supreme Verdict, but we do get to draw a card if they let swing. And it does grow our experiment. It's a very nice pickup. Good sign that they're burning that too. I think if they, okay, I was gonna say if they Supreme Verdict here, then we has 5 in hand. I'm not gonna play Kudro here. An attack, I think. Probably gonna pitch another Iganjo targeting Adeline. Maybe not. This. Alright. Like hit double Thalia's lieutenant, I exact them. Or if I hit Thalia's lieutenant plus General Kudro, I exact lethal them. But it doesn't play around Supreme Verdict. But if they had Supreme Verdict, then I think they would have just fucking gone for it, to be honest with you. game, folks. Alright, blue-white control. Deck is so good. I mean, like, I felt pretty comfortable doing that there because I was pretty confident not have Supreme Fury because I think they would have fired it off sooner. Alright, so we took out 4 mages, 1 general, 2 Catildas, 3 Kambal, 2 Tireless Tracker, and then 2 Redain, which is going to stop them from casting their big relevant spells. This matchup feels pretty positive, I think. I only have experience playing against it one other time, and it was pretty good, so... yeah, I'll keep this. A little bit slower, but... see. I'll be thrilled to see play a Temple Garden tapped and pass. I think the biggest fear out of the control deck is that the aggro deck just curves out super low and just gets going without a hitch. Seeing a tapped land is breath of fresh air. Don't draw too many land. Get a bounce spell? Oh, okay. They are playing Yorion. That's true. Okay. Not bad. Go ahead and attack. Get hit with that Ganjo. Sir. Man. And if they verdict me, I can feel sad, but I have 4 cards in hand. They don't know what my cards are. I don't know if you fire off verdict against 2 creatures, but maybe it's worth getting experiment 1 off the battlefield, or it can regenerate. Generation. Okay, so tap. We can play Kambal. I'm gonna play Kambal here. Fortunately, we are putting orb. I don't have verdict, man. Like in this main phase, let's see. Parts of the pretty decent for me. I have verdict mana. And they put... Okay. Okay. Well, that's weird because, like, I don't get to draw a card, unfortunately, when I do this. But I clearly do not want to Coco into a verdict. So I think I'm just gonna play it slow here. I'm gonna play the tapped lane. It's gonna attack. It's pretty obviously a Coco. Because I'm not pumping this like I can. So I think if my opponent is playing patiently, then they be able to counter this, but they're not heads up. I mean, I didn't Coco last turn, but the problem is, like, this card sort of gives away the fact that I have Collected Company. I'm not jamming my Coco into, like, a... Good thing is these wolves are, like, pressuring them, like, take game actions, actually, you know, casting spells. A lot of omens at sea. Now, if at any point they slam Yorion, then, like, definitely right. But as of right now, I'm not doing it until, like, open mana, where they could have potentially played Yorion but opted not to. Just reeks of a counterspell, right? Especially when I got nothing else going on the back end of that. Like, if my Coco gets countered, like, it's all on the table from... Are they still bottoming? Put 2 cards on top this... That's cool. They're letting me draw a card? 2 cards? Played a land already this turn. I think we just let this trade. Definitely get a counter though. E2. Full draw. Pass here. I don't know. They gotta have Supreme, right? But we're just too good. Good at this. All right. I mean, this deck is dope. I honestly think that's a favorable matchup. It seems like it wouldn't be, but like I'm more afraid of like five color Niv than blue white control. I think against blue white control, I have an easier time because their answers are a lot more narrow. Whereas like 5-color Niv can hit you from a few different angles, and they also have Sylvan Caryatid to block, which is surprisingly relevant early game. All right, so we'll play one more match and then call it good for the evening. But appreciate everybody who stopped by. It's been, yep, humans, your favorite. Been good to like stream again. It's been a couple of weeks obviously since I have streamed, so it bums me out when I don't get to go online for a while, because I feel like I sort of I'm not fulfilling like an obligation, if that makes sense. Like I have an obligation to myself stream consistently. When I don't do that, I feel like I've sort of let myself down. I know that sounds like a bummer, but like that's how I really feel about it. All right, this hand's not amazing by any stretch. But I guess I'll keep it. As far as what to throw back, we don't need the Mantis Rider necessarily. I like keeping the Reflector Mage in case they're playing a creature deck of their own. We're likelier to draw another Mantis Rider. Adeline is also not at her best. Mantis Rider is also the hardest to cast, so yeah, I'll just throw back the man. I didn't even see the player draw. We'll open up with the Plains, pass, play Catilda. Hopefully it doesn't die. If it does die, I hope I draw a land. This is, I don't know. I don't think this is a Mold of 5, but it's certainly not my favorite. Yeah, this deck has been very good, though. been really enjoying it. The deck that I feel like I can just jam and have lots of fun doing. Okay, so it looks like Winota. Well, Winota doesn't play like a ton of removal. Confident that this will live. This is what I do feel like is a bad matchup. Especially main deck. Like, you have to keep them off of, like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I don't see how you really this matchup main deck. Like, you kind of have to draw perfectly. Hopefully they don't hit a land here. Oh, goddamn. All right. I feel pretty pressed to bounce Elvish Mystic here. Unfortunately, they could go land Winota and swing, but they would only get one trigger, not game breaking. I could also just hope that they don't get good triggers and then bounce the Winota, but no. Like, so they play Cathar and they get the Bigfoot guy, the guy that summons fucking wolf tokens. Pretty backbreaking. Pretty comfortable attacking here. I don't think they'll block. They need all of their creatures to stay in play. But yep. Always have it. Definitely miss. I mean, 6 cards. All right, that's not a great one, but I'm still in a pretty rough spot. They definitely picked the wrong target though. But it probably isn't going to matter. This matchup is like abysmal. Especially main deck. Like, basically, you're going to get another trigger. By Adeline, or do we general a Adeline better blocker? I mean, it's possible that we don't lose. Not likely, but possible. That's the other thing too, is just this card is just like a card that they can play, which is pretty rough. I don't think they're gonna miss again. The guy just have to go. Okay, it's not bad actually. Gonna get one trigger. They can put up +1/+1, so have to block either Winota or Ken. Give trample. Right. So like this. Then on their turn, we can Coco possibly survive. Maybe. We can get a Lecture Mage, bounce Brutal Cathar, bouncing Winota. I don't know. It's gonna be pretty tough. I don't. We'll wait until we Coco here, figure out like what the plan is. Certainly not Cocoing on my main phase though. And I'm giving myself the best odds. I'm not confident about the line, but yeah. Evolves. Well, this matchup gets slightly better post board. I'm not saying it's like super credible or anything like that, but it's a little bit better. So check out some Ravens, Dahlias. Let me bring in the Cathar, the holes, the stand. And Brutal. Get rid of their relevant creatures. And yeah, I guess just like tempo them. I'm not quite sure what to do about this matchup. This is definitely a popular deck in Winota. very good deck. So, you play 4 Reflector Mages. You bring in the Brutal Cathars, the Portable Holes. I mean, it almost seems like you would have to, like, cut a Chem Ball, play another Portable Hole or something. I think, in a way, this is, like, one of those matchups that you're just kind of hoping to dodge, in all honesty. Doesn't seem like a great plan in a format where Winota is clearly, like, a tier 1 deck. Not expensive or anything like that, so like you would expect people to play it. But if I've learned anything about Magic over the years, it's that sometimes you just have to concede the fact that there are matchups that probably aren't going to win, right? And you're like, well, if what I'm banking on is not playing against this deck, but I feel confident about everything else, then maybe that's good. Maybe Deputy. Yeah, Deputy Dave could be good. He can exile like several Elvish Mystics. Definitely good against tokens, like their cat token, stuff like that. I could see that being a good one. I could see it over Brutal Cathar, actually. Even though it's not a human. Yeah, I mean, this hand doesn't really interact, but it fucks. Just gonna keep it. I feel good about other matchups, though. Despite this matchup not being as good. Probably going to play the Mana Confluence next turn just so I can curve into Kudro. Now it's looking like Mantis Rider next turn. I was gonna Mantis Rider, but I feel like it's probably just better. Draw a card. I mean, by all means, if they stumble, this is like pretty winnable. Like us on the play, them stumbling right over them. All right, so Kudro is 3 extra damage, whereas Mantis Rider also 3 extra damage. But Mantis Rider has, so it's probably just better to keep that one. And let Kudro this turn. You play that. I think we got him though. Okay. I love this deck though. I mean, like it's very reminiscent of Modern Humans, just without the Aether Vials, a few other namesake cards, but feels very powerful. Feels very good against control. It's doing pretty much exactly what I want to do. Just beat with creatures. It's fun. It's really fun. This is a deck that I could just play over and over and over again, and I don't really get that too often because I get bored really easily, in all honesty. Not what I want to see. Citizen. Yeah, I mean, if they have Winotas, just hope that they miss. It's probably not gonna happen. God, their hand was so good. Like you know, like you can't beat that. And it's like I guess I can mulligan for like one of my two copies of the whole, like, I don't know, some removal, but there's that guy. Yeah, he's not back from that. Oh well. I mean, matchup feels pretty bad. I agree with you on the Deputy though, Patrick. I think honestly Deputy might just be better than Brutal Cathar. Like, no, it's not a human, but Brutal Cathar isn't really beating anyway. Like, I get that, like, you know, you play like Secluded Courtyard and stuff. Like, you do have to be a little savvy about how you play your you know, your tribal lands, but I think Deputy might just be better. Brutal Cathar in that matchup specifically. Not that it would have changed that match, but I could also see dropping a chem ball. Like, I think 3 is necessary. I could be wrong. Obviously very good against Hidden Strings. Like, that you like need this card against Hidden Strings or Thalia. But yeah, I don't know. Had fun though. We 4-1'd with Hate Bears, and we're 1-1 with humans. But I am gonna wrap up the stream, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. Feels good to stream again. Feels good to be on. No Mana Dork on 1 seems bad. You mean like in this humans list versus like modern humans? There just like isn't. That's the problem. I guess like Katilda is supposed to turn your experiment ones into like noble hierarchs, essentially. But yeah, it's not the same, right? Like, you don't get the same crazy starts as you do in like modern humans for sure. You don't get to go like champion the parish, like to like champion into like Alley's lieutenant or some crazy shit. Is let's see, champion legal in Pioneer? I don't even know. I don't think so. You know what? Maybe he is. Looking like a no. Yeah, no. Otherwise, this deck most certainly would be playing it right. This card's cool, though. Yeah. This deck did very, very good in Indianapolis, though. This card's cool. Maybe you just have to play like maybe you just have to play like Grafdigger's Cage. No, but that hits your collected companies. That sucks. Take out 4 Cocos, bring in 4 Grafdigger's Cage. Never gonna lose this matchup. Yeah, I don't know. Seems like a bad one. It seems like one you have to dodge for sure. But we saw it as winnable, but probably not if they draw like a normally good hand. But yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. Had fun. I'll be on tomorrow. Probably gonna play some more of this, and then I don't know, maybe we'll play some Legacy. Maybe we'll play some more Modern. We'll see. I am gonna be in SCG Con Pit. Looking forward to that. Probably not gonna play in the main event. I don't think I can find 2 other people who are down to play team limited, team sealed. But I am putting the feelers out there. If you are willing to test the set, if you're willing to like sit down and actually practice like in Discord and stuff like that, and you're wanting to travel, shoot me a message. I am looking for 2 teammates. If I can't find anybody that's willing to put in the time and travel and stuff, no worries. I'm just gonna play inside events like the 5Ks, and I'll just play like Modern Death and Taxes or something, and just fucking win money. But yeah, appreciate everybody stopping by, and I'll be on tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Take it easy, guys. Take care and have a great rest of your evening.